Come on.
And how about this gentleman here, Nick Johnson, artist, guest speaker, and he sure does not know how to play dodgeball. Just saying.
No, I made a great catch. It was a great catch.
It's a great catch until my finger went like this.
Yeah.
You sacrificed your body for that.
Accidentally, but yes.
Was there part of you that was thinking, please let it not be my writing hand?
All of
my
me.
drawing hand?
All of you
Yeah.
saying that, yes.
Absolutely.
All right, kind sir. You are a part of this expo. You are
Sure
an
am.
artist du jour, and we actually have some great photos of some of the work that you have done.
Beautiful.
And I think the first one is a bear child.
Bear Child. Do you know Bear Child?
Explain bear child.
Bear Child is a real-life human being from Canadian history named Jerry Potts. I did a series of images for Fast Forward that all went back to Canadian history, to real figures in Canadian history, and I wanted to give them a little bit of a pulp slant and kind of exploit them in the way Americans kind of exploit their own mythology. So yeah, Bear Child is a real figure. He went hunting for whiskey smugglers. I believe, who killed his mother. So it was a pretty interesting story, and I really wanted to bring it together and make it as exciting as it really is.
Dash.
Dash Bradbury is a comic book pitch that hasn't really found a home as of yet, but it's an all-ages romp about a kid going through his imagination and trying to bond with his dad through that imagination. So it's really fun, and I hope we get a chance to do more of it.
Sounds very personal to you.
Excuse me. Most projects I do are personal. And the reason for that is because with all the time that you spend on the work, away from friends and family, it just means a lot to me that the stuff that I'm doing says something about me or what I believe about the world that we live in. That's a big part of it.
And you're connecting to a lot of people.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I do.
a lot of kids.
Wolf hands. We have a
Wolf
couple of
hands.
images of wolf hands.
Awesome. Wolf Hands is the newest book I've been working on. Issue 2 comes out for the expo this weekend. We just got it back from the printers.
Congratulations.
Great.
Thank you. This one is just like Looney Tunes madcap action about a guy. He's a really timid guy. He's pretty much me, but he got bit by a dying werewolf. So now he turns into a werewolf, but only in his hands. So he gets pulled only in his hands. So he's constantly getting yanked into these really violent situations, and he has no part in it. He's pretty much just wincing as he's tearing people up to pieces. But he's the good guy, and I got to give props to my writer Justin Heggs, because it was his idea. He pitched it to me, and I said yes. Yeah.
What inspires you to what inspires you to become the persons you are today? Like, was it just art class in grade 5? Was like,
I don't know.
How are you here today, doing the great things that you are? Where's this coming from?
A refusal to grow up, a refusal to let those things go. Like, I find imagination and creativity, we've all got it when we're younger, and I've always been more comfortable kind of in that world, and instead of letting the art go by, I just kept at it, maybe to my detriment at times, but here we are. Yeah.
Putting a book together is not easy.
No, it is
The
not.
process is incredible. I mean, you just can't just say, hey,
No.
Jen, I got an idea.
Yeah.
And then off you go.
There's no app for that.
Or maybe there is.
Not
Soon.
yet.
What's the process like?
The process is pretty intense.
Does it start with conception?
Absolutely. The funnest part to me is like meeting up with a writer, or if you're doing a solo project, and just brainstorming back and forth and coming up with a story that you both really love and coming up with it on the fly and just kind of letting anything happen. And then grabbing that stuff, and then you apply your skill to it. You hone it into a really nicely tuned story, and then it gets passed down to me to do the art. And I start very tiny and then just start blowing it up bigger and bigger and bigger. Throw it on a computer, throw in some color. I'm making it sound very easy.
Anyone could do it.
4 months later, you have 10 pages.
Wow.
Why not write a book?
I'd like to,
Yeah.
but I feel like comics is the perfect mixture of words and images. You can make these really amazing contrasts between the two and tell a story in a very unique way. Very unique to comics, and they had a hold of me since I was a kid.
Oh,
I couldn't let
nice.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of work goes into those 10 pages.
Ain't
yes.
easy.
Yeah.
For me, it was little Archie book comics.
That's
I remember-
starts.
I
I used to read through those things all the time. There's little Archie and the stories.
And those were thick,
And you know what? But it's not only just the drawing too, but it's the stories.
right?
I mean, that's what really draws me in are the stories.
The quick paragraphs too. The quick little bubbles. Whoopash, kapow.
You know,
Oh,
that's kind of like
absolutely.
it's like Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Twitter came from the idea of comic books. Everything was so quick.
Quick and direct and to the point.
Everything's a speech balloon.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but someone once told me that the average comic book balloon has 17 words in it. and any more will be just weird.
It's true. It's good to keep it as concise as possible. And anytime you go over, you have a page full of speech balloons and text. So it looks a little bit more like a novel, but with some little doodles in between.
Now, will you be at there presenting at the Comic Expo?
I have a panel on Saturday.
Great.
I think at 6 o'clock. And of course, I'll have a guest table there. So I'll be selling wolf hands and doing sketches and chatting with people all weekend.
I'm actually hosting the panel.
Are you? Okay, excellent. I was looking over to you like, it's with you?
That's right.
Nick Johnson will be looking for you this weekend. Thank you very much for being on our panel this morning. And